Jeff Mogire is ready for us. Jeff, you know, Waiyaki Way was one of the roads that had been blocked earlier on when we spoke. I understand there's been running battles between protesters and police officers. What is the situation right now?
Quite an afternoon we have here in Waiyaki Way. This road has been closed since 11 in the morning, and people could not access it. Those who are coming from the outside Nairobi and those from inside Nairobi getting out has been a problem. Young men barricading the road and closing it down. All they're calling for is the government to listen to them and in one way or the other respond to their grievances as well. They are calling for so many things, but with young people here who had been part of this and could tell me really what is the problem and what do they want in this, at the end of the day, in this protest that they're holding here in Kangemi along Waiyaki Way. Niambie jina lako kaka na niambie shida iko wapi?
Jina naitwa Onesmus Willy kutoka Kangemi. Na shida tuko nayo hapa hivi leo tumetokea manze tuambie Ruto manze tulikuweka pale hivyo utupiganie sisi kama vijana. Mimi hata sendangi maandamano, ndio yangu ya kwanza. Nimekuwa kwa nyumba sina kazi, mimi ni designer. Kwa hivyo nimetokea hapa leo manzi niseme aje huwezi kaa kwa nyumba ukufia hapo, unaona? So nimetoka leo hata sisi kama Gen Z sasa ndio tumeanza. Kama utasikiza wako hapa. Vijana oi! Vijana oi! As you can hear, hivyo ndio kuko hapa Waiyaki Way na kupitiki hadi usiku. Makarao tuko na hapa wanatupatia ulinzi. Ni tunasema tunaandamana na amani. Tunachekia fande pale. Ako sana sisi, si ndio? Mwingine anaweza ongea nishamaliza yangu.
Safi. Mbrema njoo karibia hapa. Na tuambie tu tatizo liko wapi, ni kitu gani mnataka kifanyike?
Sakaya ashuke. Akisuka tuko poa. Ametuwekea gharama yenye ifiki. Akishuka tuko sawa. Hatuna maandamano. Akishuka tuko sawa. Kutoka Kangemi, Cynthia.
Thank you so much, Cynthia, and the other guy who was talking to me here. What they're asking is for the cost of living to come down. Number one, they're asking for so many other things. The return of Linda Mama and other issues like the finance bill is now withdrawn, yes, but that's not enough. This has been a long overdue, and nobody was expecting this to happen, but now it's happening. And the government has to listen to the young people to ensure that there's peace in Nairobi and the outskirts of Nairobi and the entire country as well. Back to you, Ashley.
All right, Jeff, stay with me. You know, last week we saw the protesters come out in large numbers. Talk to us about the numbers that we're seeing right now. Is it as big as what we saw last week?
The numbers are increasing as the day goes by because earlier there were few young people here, but as the day advances, we have seen many young people coming out as well, trying to engage the police, throwing stones as the police respond with lobbing tear gases to ensure that they disperse them and they don't block the road completely. But we wait and see how that transpires at the end of the day through the afternoon, and we'll be keeping you updated on what happens here in Waiyaki Way.
All right, thank you so much, Jeff, and kindly stay safe even as you try update our viewers, giving us information of the situation on the ground. That is Jeff Mogire there reporting live along Waiyaki Way specifically, where he did talk to a few of those protesters, and the protesters were saying that they're out there on the streets trying to protest because of the high cost of living. They equally want, to get jobs. One has said that he's been in the house, yet he's a designer, and nothing at the moment when it comes to employment. So that is the situation along Waiyaki Way. Crowds are slowly building as we've seen it. Crowds have been increasing since morning. At first it was calm, but we're seeing right now running battles, engaging, between police officers who are running battles with protesters, and protesters vowing that they are not going to let cars pass. As you've seen, majority of the roads, and specifically along Waiyaki Way, the road was closed. But those right now, what you're seeing on your screen, that is live pictures from Nairobi CBD there. Earlier on, we saw police officers rush to the scene that is along Tomboya, where there was a bit of scuffle between the police and protesters, even as the police try and disperse those crowds that are slowly building up. Of course, we continue doing a spot check of what exactly is happening, not only in Nairobi, but we'll be crossing over live to Nyeri as well as Kakamega, Kisumu, Mombasa. And of course, we saw in Mombasa, those protests started at around 10 a.m. And the clarion call from the protesters is they're asking the government of the day, led by President William Ruto, to leave office so that they can get better leaders, according to what they say, leaders who can provide